One server's small act of kindness changes her life. Being a single mom means living a tough life, trying to balance taking care of a toddler and working to make ends meet. Working at a Ruby Tuesday restaurant in New Hampshire, Sarah Hoydal was one such young mom, but she didn't let her struggles get her down and was known for her kindness and generosity to customers. However, when two women from the National Guard came in one day for lunch, Sarah would show an act of kindness that was above and beyond her duty. It was a typical day for Sarah. She clocked in, took orders, delivered food, chatted with the regulars, nothing out of the ordinary. However, that changed when two female National Guard officers sat down at one of her tables. Although the menu at a typical Ruby Tuesday isn't all that expensive, when the two looked over the menu, it was clear that they were in distress. Sarah was going about her business. She overheard the two servicewomen talking, and what she heard was disheartening. The two were discussing how they were struggling financially due to the government lockdown, and so they needed to order something cheap to make ends meet. And that caused Sarah's heart to go out to them. As a waitress and a single mom, life wasn't exactly a breeze for her either, as she struggled to support her small family on whatever amount she made at the restaurant, so she could truly relate to the two women. As she went about her business, she couldn't stop herself from thinking about the situation that the two shared. After all, they were serving the country in the New Hampshire National Guard, and now weren't even being paid for it. It felt so absurd and unfair to Sarah that she felt that she needed to do something, though she didn't know what at that time. However, when the two women ordered modest meals, which came close to $30, Sarah didn't return with a bill, but rather a note. She decided that she would be the one covering the bill. It might seem like a small act at first, but what people might not know is that Sarah only made $27 that day, meaning that she walked home empty-handed after treating these two women to lunch. Still, Sarah didn't think of it in such a negative light and was just happy that she had been there to help. The two servicewomen had been feeling very low at that point in time, and Sarah's actions made them thankful beyond belief, and they couldn't help but share the story on Facebook. And, unsurprisingly, the post caught fire as thousands of people shared it on their own pages and commented on the kind act. That's really sweet of you, Sarah. On behalf of an ex-military, USMC, I want to thank you so much for your thoughtfulness and kindness, one commenter wrote. Even the National Guard posted the story and gave a heartfelt thanks to the young woman who had helped one of their own. And Ruby Tuesday didn't want her kindness to go unnoticed, and so did the same. On their Facebook page, they wrote, "Shout out to our team member Sarah at Ruby Tuesday, Concord, New Hampshire, for going above and beyond to truly serve those who serve our country. We are proud to have you in the Ruby Tuesday family, and thank you for your shining example of generosity and care." Unsurprisingly, the hype of the post didn't die down. People just couldn't get enough of the young single mother who paid out of her own pocket for two struggling women in the service, and as it made the national news, it also reached the ear of a certain celebrity. When news of Sarah's story reached Ellen DeGeneres, she knew that she had to have her on the show to explain what happened.
That just got me thinking. I was like, geez, that's really difficult. I'm a waitress, single mother. I know how hard that is. And I just decided, I'm going to do something good today. I'm going to buy their lunch for them.
You're going to buy their lunch?
According to Sarah, the bill for the two women came out to be $27.75.
What did you go home with?
I walked away with that with $8.
$8 because
Which isn't even enough to cover my gas.
Right.
Ellen couldn't believe it and decided to lend Sarah a hand. Out of her very large purse, she pulled out $27.75 in cash and gave it to Sarah so she could have her hard-earned money back. But she wasn't done yet. She then mentioned how Sarah had said,
And then I heard that you can't watch my show. The most important thing here, this is why I have you here. Your television is broken, so you're not able to watch me, and that's unacceptable.
Who gifted the young waitress a brand new 50-inch flat-screen TV. Sarah's jaw dropped, and she couldn't believe what was happening. But while she was marveling at the brand new TV, Ellen turned to Andy.
Andy, can you bring Mama her checkbook, please? I need.
And Ellen easily wrote Sarah a check for a whopping $10,000.
A check right now.
How could she have known that just helping those two servicewomen would have changed her life to this extent? As Ellen and Sarah shared an embrace, the young woman was still sobbing uncontrollably. The money was going to help her immensely, considering that she was supporting herself and her son just with the money that she earned from the restaurant. The surprises had yet to come to an end, though. In a later episode of The Ellen Show, Ellen reintroduced Sarah and showed a clip of the young woman talking to who she thought was local news. As it turned out, the man she was talking to was actually one of the producers of the show, which allowed Sarah to be completely honest with her answers about the show and her life. Ellen then proceeded to call Sarah, revealing that the interview had been a setup and she was actually on The Ellen Show. Sarah was flabbergasted by the revelation, and Ellen admitted that she wanted to see how Sarah was doing now.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you.
Yeah. So you got messages from all over the world. Who have you heard from?
Oh my gosh, I've heard from people in the UK, Germany, Ireland, Switzerland, Africa, like everywhere. It's been so insane.
And she had even gotten a generous bonus from Ruby Tuesday. After chatting, Ellen went on to add,
So we gave you a $10,000 tip, and I heard a lot of that is going to go towards, or some of it is going to go to a car that you and your mom share, right?
Yeah, we do.
How's that car doing?
I mean, it's got 4 wheels and it gets us from point A to point B, so we're doing good.
Right.
After getting the affirmative, Ellen once again took out her gigantic purse, only to remember that her gift was actually in the hands of someone near Sarah. As the cameras rolled, a crew member walked down the hallway and handed the young woman a set of keys to a new, bright red Hyundai San Jose Sport, which was sitting in the parking lot waiting for her. At this point, Sarah was crying once more with her emotions overwhelming her as she looked at the car she might have only been able to afford in her dreams. Unfortunately, she couldn't drive it out before the paperwork was complete, but she had no complaints. "It's been a long wait for this car," she said, "but I really can't complain. It's going to be nice. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be so wonderful." Despite the circumstances that Sarah found herself in, she proved herself to be a humble person before, during, and after everything that happened with that one note. Despite everything that's changed, she still looks back fondly on her time with Ruby Tuesday, although the Concord location closed in 2019. "I just want to wish my Ruby family the best and thank them for these last 8 years," she said. "We're hopeful that the future continues to shine brightly for this kind woman who cares so much about others."